He's obtained 4 different species.
He hasn't obtained it.
Yeah, well, at this point, he'll obtain 4 different species.
Yeah.
He'll have received 100,000, right? As well as, while he's there, once he's obtained 1 species, it's easy for him to obtain several other ones. So he might, on an ongoing basis, he'll receive 60,000. So what you're seeing is a majority of that 250,000 up front, with only 4 species having been. So you can see where we've adjusted our finding a lot.
We then also felt that upon obtaining samples from 7 different animal species, we could offer another 30,000.
That was 1 sample for each animal.
Yes, that's correct. We wanted to also include the fact that, as before, although we're not now paying on a per sample basis, there would still be a €3,000 bonus for each time that Mr. Dundee acquired 1 sample from 5 different animal species.
That's each time he applies that, or the first time he applies that?
Each time.
Okay, that might have been where I got
Okay, yeah, I realized I just explained it as well. Sorry to make that up on the
Perhaps if what we could look at is the issue of remuneration and how that's combined with expenses for each sample. Because at the moment, the payment plan's looking better, but we're still looking at broadening biodiversity, and there's not really much recompense for him obtaining more than 1 sample earlier. And effectively, while it is true that it may be easier for him to do that, the reason that it's easier is because he's established all of these contacts, and he has actually, I suppose, has access to get them cheaply and easily because of the work he's done. So is there any way we can perhaps increase the payments for getting more samples of less species a little earlier as well?
Where would you want to come up with?
Perhaps if we could, even have after the first 4, getting 1 sample of the first 4, 50,000. But then once we got, a certain number, maybe perhaps, how many after 8? Because that's half then. If we get 8 samples of those animals, we could get another 50 then, or, an amount that you felt was appropriate. Just given that, I guess, logistically speaking too, he's likely to be getting all of the samples from the same animal at the same time when he is in that continent. So we think it probably objectively makes more sense to have the payment coming per species rather than just going through one sample per animal.
If I could just take C again, so I want to use my calculator. I just want to also check that we have how much time we have left before we do a
Yeah,
meeting.
very sure. I think we've got about 4 minutes. I guess if we could just confirm at this point that we do, in principle, want to work together. I feel that our time may expire before we reach a concluded agreement, unfortunately. But we have confirmed if we do proceed with this, we'll have the confidentiality arrangements. We'll work together for the future in terms of publicity. And we would be happy to work within that 1-year time frame. Would it help at all in terms of the cost if we could amend the shipping scheme at all such that Mr. Dundee would make personal delivery? Would that be in any way amenable?
I'm not sure how shipping is any less expensive than flying out and stuff.
But see, the difference is then all you have is Mr. Dundee, if he bears that cost of delivery for himself, and all your travel and acquisition costs will be flying from Mr. Dundee's home to the continents where it's obtained.
Mr. Dundee can take care of those costs how he likes, and just like to incorporate those figures into the overall compensation package. That's what it's to do.
And I think that is the sticking point of bridge that perhaps could be, the pick-up point for our next meeting. You effectively have €250,000 that can be put into this plan. Now, to get the amount of samples and the amount of animals you want, it is estimated that will be €200,000. So we think there are ways we can work together to make that cheaper.